Hey everybody, Alex from SeemsGoodMagic.com here, and welcome to another Kaladesh Draft League. Please subscribe to the channel if you like the content. Also, like the videos and check me out on Twitch, twitch.tv/Inez27. So we opened Aether Storm Rock, 4 mana 3/3 flyer, and gets you a bunch of energy and then pumps itself and taps things. Yeah, that is really strong, so we'll take that. Now, note it can't actually pump itself just off itself. So when you play it, and then the next turn you have to play another creature before, or unless you have some energy banked up, but it can't actually use that ability unless you have a couple energy. But still, very strong card. So we'll take it over Underhanded Design, Aetherborn Marauder, Operative, some other cards. I like it. All right. Well, Rock and Dynavolt Tower probably could work together. But we've got a Welding Sparks in here. We have a Tidy Conclusion. I guess I like Black-White. Well, do I like Black-White more than Red-White? I actually don't know the answer to that. But yeah, I think this pick is basically... I mean, there's also Fabrication Module, which is really good with Aether Storm Rock, too. But I'm going to take a removal spell here. So, Welding Sparks versus Tidy Conclusion. They're both good. So it's basically, would I rather play white-red or would I rather play black-white? It might actually be black-white. I've had success with both decks. Restoration Gearsmith is like the 2-color uncommon. And then Veteran Motorist is the... I've played a lot more red-white. I think we're actually going to take the conclusion. Now, granted, it's more expensive, but I don't know if the archetype is better or not, actually. Uh-oh. And then we're passing Motorist and a Welding Sparks. Jeez. There's also Unlicensed Disintegration. I mean, we can just take the best picks for now. I'm okay with that, too. So, is the best pick the Unlicensed Disintegration? I'm not sure. I think, once again, we're going to be taking a removal spell here. So, Disintegration's good because it can deal with anything. Welding Sparks is less color intensive. And then there's Imbrawl Bruiser and another Fabrication Module, too. But yeah, like I said, we're going to take a removal here. So, which one do I want? The Welding Sparks or the Disintegration? Maybe the Disintegration, just because it's stronger. I haven't really gotten a chance to play with Disintegration, but that's a really powerful effect. Like, nuking your opponent for 3, I think we'll just take it. I mean, granted, you need to have a... artifact in order to do it, but that's all right. All right, Weaponcraft Enthusiast is very good. I probably just want to take that. There's also a Fateful Showdown, which I've had played against me a few times, and some people like it. I haven't been too impressed with it. It's okay. I don't like that it's kind of like you have to discard. It's an odd card. I feel like you don't get to play it as often as you want without costing yourself a little bit. But I'm fine taking Weaponcraft Enthusiast here. I like it a lot. It's very good. Certainly a strong pick. Okay, so now we have Dragster, which is good. We have Thriving Rats, which is okay. I probably just take the Dragster. Some people have been swearing by this card. I think it's okay. I've played it a couple times. It can get a lot of damage in. And it's easy enough to crew. I like that it's got haste. So I like that you can get the surprise factor of it. So I'm okay taking Dragster here. It's probably more exciting than the Rats for the most part. Rats are kind of whatever. They're just nice because they're a 2-drop. Okay, so another crack at the Rats. There's Inventor's Fair. There's Goggles. We do have an Artificer. The Enthusiast is an Artificer. I might just take Rats now. I mean, they're playable. And there's also Grubs, which I like more than Rats, but we're not 100% red yet. I might just splash for Disintegration too, like if I get Prism. I can just take the goggles. There's a lot of artificers in basically all colors, I think. I think we're going to take the goggles. Like, I like 2-drop creatures, but I like other ones more than that. Oh, and then immediately pass another one. Well, we can take the Puzzle Knot, which leads us more towards white, but I probably just take the Self-Assembler here. It's early enough where I can find another one. I think 2 is fine for Self-Assembler. 3 is probably pretty good too. I don't know. Some people prefer 3. I've had 2 a couple times, and it is good value. So we'll take the Self-Assembler. It's certainly early enough where we can find another one later. Okay, now it's just a good opportunity to pick up a Lawless Broker, which is a fine card in general and good for our curve at the moment. Okay, so we can take Wayward Giant. There's an Ibex, and there's a Prakata Club Security. So we could still technically be white and splash for Unlicensed Disintegration if we pick up a Prism. I mean, I want to play the Aether Storm Rock. Is it going to happen? Maybe. Right now, we're almost assuredly black. I think we'll take the Ibex. I mean, if I could play the Aether Storm Rock, I would like to. So we can take Pressure Point here. Spark of Creativity and Madcap Experiment are kind of whatever anyway. So there's a Built to Smash, a Workshop Assistant, and an Automaton. I guess we can take Assistant. We have a couple artifacts already. Built to Smash I kind of like actually, but we'll take the Assistant. So we can take Puzzle Knot. Okay. I mean, we're still kind of figuring out what we want to do. We kind of want to be white because we have the Aether Storm Rock. We kind of want to be black because we have quite a few black cards already. But as of now, we are currently a little bit undecided on what we want to do. I mean, I guess it's still theoretically possible to be blue too. Like I said, it's pretty easy. Well, there's more reason to be white. There's also a Freighter in here too. Wow. I mean, Trinketeer is definitely very good. Pretty awesome with our Enthusiast. Make a couple, get 2 2/2s. Yeah, that's good. Underhanded Design I like a lot. There's Welding Sparks. This pack has it all. The Freighter. The Trinketeer is also an Artificer, which is nice. I like that it gives you a good late game plan. I almost could see the argument that Freighter might just be better. Just because it's so efficient. It's such an efficient card. And since we're kind of going back and forth on what our deck is, but I'm gonna take the rare. I really like the Trinketeer a lot, but I think there's a solid argument for taking Freighter here as well. But Trinketeer is good. It's a Lord effect that can make an army. It's very good. Ooh, now I get the Marauder. You know, I've been meaning to play this card forever. There's not a lot of cards I would take over a removal spell. God, Saheeli's Artistry too. Jeez, but yeah, Marauder is great. Really great card. Even if you don't have a ton of +1/+1 counter themes going on in your deck, I think it's really good. So we'll take it here. So pretty much just want to be black-white at this point. So there's an Artisan, there's a Sky Skiff, there's a Mechanic, there's a Whirler Maker. All of these are good. I might just want the Sky Skiff. But Artisan is also very good. I think I'm going to take the Sky Skiff. And I probably don't want to be red. I'm still willing to splash for Disintegration. Not Puzzle Knot, though. So we can take the Sky Skiff and be happy here. I think there's a solid argument for the Artisan, too, because it's an Artificer, which is good with our Trinketeer and Goggles. But Skiff flies, and I like it a lot. I've been really impressed. So we can take the Tidy Conclusion here. There's also a Lawless Broker. I think we'll take a second Conclusion. Blooming Marsh, Live Fast, Eager Construct. We might just want the Construct here. Get a cheap creature. I don't think Blooming Marsh is really worth that much anyway. It's worth a ticket. All right, so we can take the Construct here and just get a 2-drop. Yeah, we want to make sure our curve is low enough, and this can crew everything for us, so we'll take it. It's all right. So Harsh Scrutiny, Live Fast. Probably want the Hawk. Hawk is good. Lets us fly over, works with our rock. Yeah, I like it. So now we can take Mechanic and be happy enough with that. I like it more than the Colony and the Lookout. Mechanic is also an Artificer. Okay, so now there's Shield Guard, Maneuver, Macedon, and the second Self-Assembler. I think we take the second Self-Assembler. It's a really nice little thing to have in your deck. And we want to capitalize on that. So having 2 means we don't have to focus too much more on it. Wow. You know, Wheeling Underhanded Design is pretty amazing. This pack also has cards we would play, the Pillar Bug and the Hawk, but we're going to definitely take the Underhanded Design. We definitely have enough artifacts. 1, 2, 3, 4. This thing can 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, we're good. Underhanded Design is great. Wow, Wheel of Die Young too. So that's a great sign for black. I like Die Young, especially in a deck that already has some energy generation. So just a nice pickup for us here. The Scavenger, I guess, can bring back our Rock or our Trinketeer. Probably like it more than the Automaton most of the time. I'd prefer to not play either. So I'm just going to let people have these cards because at this point we're not going to do anything with that. So this deck could still use a Prism. I'd like to play this Unlicensed Disintegration because I think it's really strong. We're going to let people take those cards because we don't need them. So we have a pack to find basically 1 card, although this deck could definitely do for some upgrades. Okay, well, Wisp-Weaver Angel is great. There's a Revoke Privileges, which is also great. How many Into the Battlefield effects do we have for Wisp-Weaver? We have, I guess, Ibex, Rock, Marauder, Hawk, Enthusiast, Construct, sort of. It's probably just a good enough win con where we want to take it. There also is a Revoke Privileges, though, which is good removal. Currently, our removal is Underhanded Design, Die Young, Disintegration if we can splash it, Conclusions. We're probably, I mean, you could always use more removal, but Wisp-Weaver Angel is a really strong card. I think we're just going to take it here over the Privileges. This is just a really strong card. I wouldn't mind getting the Bruiser, another Goggles, Fragmentizers. I mean, there's plenty of good cards in there for us. Okay, so now we can take Pioneer. There's also a Macedon, a Puzzle Knot, the Cogworker's Puzzle Knot to be exact. But we'll take the Pioneer. It's a great card. It's also an Artificer. I think I'm on the fence with Scavenger in this deck. Disintegration, Workshop Assistant. These are all like cards I'm very much willing to cut. Pressure Point as well. So we have 4 cards that easily could be upgraded, and we'd be happy enough about that. So we'll take the Pioneer here. So we can take a... Wow. I mean, I think... Wow. The Operative... This pack has everything we want. I think I'm going to take the Privileges now. Because... I mean, it's a great removal spell. So I think we'll just take that here. Another Die Young, perfectly happy taking this. There's also a Metal Spinner's Puzzle Knot, which would be fine, but I'm going to take a removal spell and be happy about it. So take the Die Young. A little bit creature light, but I'm not overly concerned about it. So another Goggles, but playing multiple goggles in a creature light deck's not a great idea, so we probably want the Harrier or the Ibex. I guess we're kind of good on 5-6 drops, so maybe we just take the Ibex. Who knows? Maybe Dragster doesn't make this deck. I'm not exactly sure if this is a Dragster deck or not. I think Ibex is fine, though, actually. Harrier flies, but like I said, I kind of don't want another 5-drop. All right, so we can take Puzzle Knot or Lawless Broker. So Puzzle Knot gives us some synergy with the Trinketeer and Tidy Conclusion. But Broker is just like another... I'm probably fine taking the Puzzle Knot here. I want to make sure I'm doing enough early. I don't have any problems with Lawless Broker, but I feel like Puzzle Knot might just work a little bit better in our deck. Looks like Disintegration's not going to happen. We couldn't find the Prophetic Prism. So there's Inspired Charge. I suppose we take that over Fortuitous Find. Probably not going to play it, though. Another Ibex? I don't know if I need 3. I probably don't need a Torch Gauntlet. We already have the Inventor's Goggles, so I'll take a 3rd Ibex, I guess. Refurbish. I don't need it, but I'll take it. This pack doesn't have anything we need. Lookout, I guess. Aradara Express. Dromedary. Start your engines. Yeah, I'm not playing that anymore. So our deck has enough creatures. And we have some high value stuff in here. So I need to figure out what I'm cutting, though. All right. Torch Gauntlet, okay. So I don't think I want to play the Inspired Charge. We do have some tokens, but we have enough evasion where I don't need to worry about playing Inspired Charge, I don't think. I mean, it's good with evasion, too. Basically, I think we're doing better things, like our removal, focusing on our powerful removal spells. Double Tidy Conclusion, double Die Young, Revoke Privileges is a nice removal suite. So maybe I just cut the Dragster. I might just like the Ibexes more. Maybe I can diversify and cut one Ibex and keep the Dragster too. I'm probably okay with that. Some people really like the Dragster. I think it's okay. It is good with our Eddy Trail Hawk, but I kind of like having a little minor energy theme alongside our rock. And I like that they get bigger, and then our Marauder can steal all their counters and get big. But I feel like I want to cut a 4-drop here just because we're 4-drop heavy. The Goggles don't actually look that great in this deck. We do have a Mechanic, we have a Trinketeer, an Enthusiast, a Pioneer. That's 4. So we have 4 actual Artificers that synergize really well with it. But other than that, it's kind of a whatever artifact in our deck. Puzzle Knot's kind of like a creature. So really we have like 16, sort of like 17 creatures if you include the two vehicles, as each of them is a half creature. But yeah, we are 4-drop heavy, so we want to cut back on 4 drops. And I'm pretty sure we're just going to cut a 4-drop and a Goggles. I can keep the Dragster too. And like I said, cut 1 Ibex. Triple Ibex is probably unnecessary. So maybe cut one of these, cut the Goggles, call it a deck. What's our artifact count like for like underhanded design? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9's enough. 9 is enough for underhanded design, definitely. So is our curve okay? Yeah, our curve looks all right. Plenty of 2 drops. A little bit 4-drop heavy, but we're staying busy early. We have removal. I'm probably on board with this deck like this. Have a couple bombs, right? We've got the rock and the Trinketeer. Trinketeer's not really a bomb, but it's a good way to win late game if you're on a stalled board, and rock is definitely, I feel like, a bomb. Just gets in there and grows. So 14 creatures, but 15 with the puzzle knot, so adequate amount of creatures, good removal. Yeah, we have a lot of good removal in here, right? Double Die Young, Underhanded Design, Privileges, double Tidy Conclusion. That's a good amount of removal. So, all right, I'm happy enough with this deck, and I guess we'll do 9/7 white, or 9/8 rather, and call this a deck. Okay, black white, a little bit of value. See how it runs. We'll see you round one.